Now, I like to be called proud teacher because I'm proud. And in case you want to know the things I've done for myself, I've trained people, a lot of people. My students have trained people, and I've helped I've helped thousands of people, tens of thousands. In the pandemic alone, I trained more than 10,000 people. That during the pandemic lockdowns alone. So I've trained a lot of people. Like, and my students too, I've trained other people. So it's been a ripple effect. I've created people, and they've also created people. But so why should you listen to me? Some of my student testimonials. I like to start with testimonials because my idea behind sharing testimonials is showing you what is possible so you can understand what you can do. That's why I like to share testimonials. Now, in the testimonial, as you can see, these are some of my students who have earned some particular amount of figures. And please, I'm not using these figures to, I don't even need to be apologizing, but I'll just apologize. I don't need, I can just do my thing. But I'm using this to show you what is possible. I'm using this to open your mind. That's my idea behind doing this. I'm doing this so that your own mind gets open, that if this person can do it, me too, I can do it. As you can see on this before, you realize that the location here is Port Harcourt, Nigeria. These are people from Nigeria in Nigeria. Funny enough, two of them are students. The last one is a graduate, but two of them are still students. They are still studying as I'm speaking with you right now. So they are combining this with their school. So they are both in their final year, and one of the other last person has graduated. So this is just showing you what is possible. Now, another reason why you should listen to me, especially for those in Nigeria. Now we have different kind of people in this session. Another reason you should listen to me is this figure right here, and I hope you can see this screen. If this screen is not motivating you enough, I believe you need to be motivated, especially if you are based in Nigeria or if you're even based in Africa. This is just for Nigeria. We can do the same figure for other currencies in Africa. The beauty of what I'm about to share with you is that you can learn how to earn with first world currency and spend in third world countries currencies. So imagine if you are making those figures I shared with you. Imagine I showed you an example of people who did some stuff. Now, for example, now imagine if you did 10% of this. If you did 10% of these figures here, let's look at the highest there is 200K. If you did 10%, it's 20K. But you now multiply it using the currency, you know that it makes sense. That's why I'm showing you this figure. Now, this class will be in 3 parts. Let me just tell you so that we'll jump into the class straight up. This class will be in 3 parts. The first part is going to be fundamentals of freelancing. We'll have some practicals. I like practicals a lot. I'll be showing you. Then I'll also go into, so practicals is for newbies. If you're a newbie freelancer, if you're a beginner freelancer, if you're a freelancer who is earning peanuts, or if you are doing 9 to 5 and you want to at least jump to, you want to have the idea of having a side hustle, then the first part is for you. The freelancing one-on-one part is for you. And the next part is for mid-level people. If you want to 10x your income in 2024, for those who are already making some kind of money. So if you've not made any money at all, pay attention to the first part. If you've made money, you want to make more, you want to 10x, pay attention to the second part. You cannot, if you've not made any money and you still want to make big money, or you have the big dreams, pay attention to part 1 and part 2. Then part 3 is using AI. We'll talk about AI generally, one of the theme of this session. Then we'll have one break in between, especially after when I run through part 1, theory and practicals. We'll have a short break, maybe 10-minute break. We'll stretch our legs and we'll move. Maybe 5 minutes because of the live stream. I don't know if I can pause live stream. Yeah, but with that break, we'll just, stretch our legs, then we'll just round up and continue. As I said, the last people I taught this session, it took me 4 hours because I like to pour all the things I know. Like, I'm not the kind of person, if you've known me or if you are getting to know me now, I'm not the kind of person that I hoard knowledge. I don't like hoarding knowledge. So I like to pour everything I know, I pour to you, then you go and use for yourself. So let's go into it straight up. Now, let me quickly share 4 stories before I go into theory. So, because stories are things that we'd always remember. Now, I'm an aspiring copywriter, so I'm learning to, storytelling too. Now, stories are things you would always remember. That's why in the first age of human beings is, form a big circle, tell stories, tales by moonlight, because you would always remember, and you can always, even for those who are religious, you realize that there's parables in, the holy books. You will realize there are stories, there are a lot of stories there. So because you would mostly remember story. Now, let me start with the first story. 4 straight stories, and we'll go into 12. Now, Peter is one of my best students. He's arguably my best student, but they're just, best is a relative term because we have people who have done different things, Peter's one is one of the highest, but I just can't say, but it's arguably one of the best students. And Peter, if you can look at the figure there, that was when he earned his first 1K. Peter became someone who had 100K. Then he went to, earn 200K on Upwork. Now, Peter's story is one of the stories, is expert vetted. Peter's story is one of the stories I used to tell people when they say Nigerians cannot be successful on Upwork. Some people will say, I need to have a foreign account before I'm successful. If you can look at Peter, look at the location of his accounts, Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and he's been able to do this for himself. Now, for last year, 2022 to 2023, Peter earned about 120K on Upwork. Between 2022 and 2023, he was doing about 3,005 a week, 3,035 a week, depending. So he can have some bad weeks where he's doing 2K, 2.5. Then he can have some good week where he's doing 3,000, 3,005. This is weekly. Now, last year, 2023 to 2024, he did 126K. So that means he's been averaging 120 something K every year for 2 years straight now, as you can see. So that's Peter for you. Now, another story I like to talk about is Chinedu, and I saw him in this session. I like his story because his story is it's a very inspiring story for someone from where he started to where he is, where he's getting invites from companies to come abroad. Nigerian factor is there, but I'm just inspired by his story that he could go from, and this is not the only company that's invited him abroad. Just from where he is in Nigeria, and they are saying, come, because you met us on Upwork, we want to take you abroad, we want to fly you abroad. And the story is a very inspiring one for me. It's not even about the income now, it's just about the story part. Now, another story, let's go into ladies now. I like to share, it's one of my best, as I said, I have a lot of best students, but we just focus on the stories. Is Marvelous. Marvelous is one lady I like and admire very much. She's a workaholic and she flexes and enjoys herself. I like it. I like her story. Now, if you look at this is someone who was doing $500 per month, and I like this part where this was when she met me, and I just wanted to highlight it. I like the part where she was making less than $500 and she was doing she did 4,000 in 16 months. And the next picture is what she did last year. So she met me in 2022, September, and this is what she did throughout 2023. She was able to more than 10 times what she's doing in a year. Someone that was doing less than 3K in 1 year, and she's able to do 35K plus, more than 35, close to 40K, because there's some figures that are not reflecting here in 1 year. So that means you can go from, not she, you too, our story can be your inspiration. I was in a clarity session with a student, and I was sharing the story of this person to him, and I was telling him how if someone can make 35 in 1 year and do 35K in the next year, it means 10x. It means it's possible for you too. So that's just the number 3. So let me round up with the last story. One of my students, one of my best students, as I said, I have a lot of them. And this is someone I just wanted to point his location to you to tell we have to make him anonymous because security, Nigeria. Now, but I want to point his location to you so you understand that this is someone who is not even in Lagos. The popular cities for those in Nigeria, they know those parts. He's not in Lagos, he's not in Abuja, he's not in Port Harcourt. He's in Osun State, and he's been able to do this for himself. And look at, if you can see some of what he has earned from one client alone. Like one client alone paid him. Remember, I did the math. For those in Nigeria, I can do the math. One client alone paid him this, and another client paid him this. If you can do this math, this is close to 60 million naira. 54,000 times 1,200. This is close to 10 million naira. For 2 clients, 70 million from 2 clients. Naira. That's what is possible for you. And that's why I want you to pay attention today. It's going to be 2 hours session, intense session. It might go above 2 hours a little, but I'll make sure I keep it within 2 hours. Well, I'll compress everything and teach you everything. Theory, practicals, just pay attention. Now, This is the same student talking about when he got this was this last year, 2023, late 2023. So the same student, he has crossed 100K. So when people say you can't be successful from Nigeria, I like to point them to this, my students, to tell them that if these people can do it, you too can do it. Don't give yourself any excuse. So part one, fundamentals of freelancing, freelancing 101, theory and practicals. So I designed this slide the whole of today. I spent the whole of today to design all this. I spent the whole of today. I've not done anything. And I know how much I'm meant to be charging per hour, but I'm doing all this for you. And I like this. I like these slides. The background of these slides, you know, E equals MC square is for those in physics or science, they will understand all this, some of these calculations. Now, you don't need to be in science to understand all these things, but the idea is this. When you know the formulas for things, it's easy for you to be successful in that thing. And that's why I just love this background. Most of you have heard remote work, you've heard freelancing, you don't know the time. As I said, part one is for everybody, newbie. And even if you're an expert, you can pay attention, you can pick some of things you didn't know before, and you can see things from a different angle. Now, remote work is working from home, mobile work. It's a work arrangement where you don't need to be in one place. You don't need to be in a physical location. And as I said, the pandemic made everybody understand the power of remote work. So a freelancer is someone who does not commit to a single employer. So you might have been hearing the term freelancer. As I said, if you are here and you don't know anything about freelancing, you don't know anything about remote work, you are just newbie, this session alone would help you answer everything. Just please pay attention. Now, this is the definition of remote work, freelancing, and understand that you can do it full-time or part-time. There are people that they do freelancing full, and there are people that they do it part-time. Like they have their 9 to 5, they have their business, and they do freelance. So you can do it part-time or full-time. And understand that your digital skills will set you apart, because people come to me and they'll be like, okay, I like what you're talking about. Or you're talking about freelancing. How can I be a freelancer? You need skills, and we'll cover everything. Now, there are platforms where you can offer these skills. There are platforms where you can offer these skills, and we have the popular platforms that a lot of people know, and we also have other platforms. Now, in the practical sessions, I would show you this platform. We have Upwork, Fiverr, and Co. TopTal. We have We Work Remotely. AngelList is now well found, and Co. So I will be showing you these platforms practically. I just want you to understand that there are platforms where, there are platforms where you can see these things. Please, guys, can you guys hear me? Please, can you put it in the chats? Can you hear me on YouTube? If you can hear me, there's anybody, yeah, then it's your network. Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry for that interruption. I don't like interruptions. My team members are there. I just wanted to know that you guys can hear me, because that's very important. Now, so if you look at the landscape, the freelancing landscape, you will realize that there's a whole lot of platforms that you can use as a freelancer. So it's not just the Upwork and the Fiverr. There are a whole lot of platforms. You can see that it's a whole big landscape to become a freelancer. Now, what are the strategies for success? What do you need to succeed? What do you need to earn the big money, or the money that you see that showing you, that I showed you at the beginning? What are the things you need? You need 4 things. Now, basically, a lot of people, when they come to me to talk about freelancing to them, they think it's one big thing, or they think it's one complicated thing. So when I tell them that it's these simple things and you can make, you can do well for yourself, people will be confused. They want me to tell them, oh, abracabadabra, and you become, no. These are the 4 fundamentals you need. And if you can get yourself these 4 things, you are good to go. Your niche, which is your skill, your profile, or your resume, how to search for the jobs, and how to submit good proposal. So let's cover all the 4 fundamentals here. Your skills. Number 1, you need to have the right skills, and you would be paid based on your skills. You are hired based on your skills. Understand that you need to have skills that have the highest value in the marketplace, so that you are paid more. So if you are paid more, then you can, aim for those income goals in case you set them. You need a skill that is valuable. You need something that is specialized. You need something that is high income. And there are a lot of places where you can learn these skills. We have platforms, and I like, sometimes when I have the time, I used to share free skills. And I know people on Twitter or people on social media who share a lot of free resources, and I'm always appreciating them. You know, all these things, you can learn them for free. People will be like, oh, I don't have money. If you don't have money, go and start learning for free. If you don't have money, have time. Go and learn for free. And when you learn for free, you can make few money to, you know, learn or get certifications or pay for more the coaches or the courses you want to sign up for. But you can start with what you have, which is free. Go and learn for free. So the next is your profile. Now, your profile, you must have a good profile. And one thing you should understand is that your profile speaks for you in your absence. And if you understand this, if you understand that your profile, your resume speaks for you in your absence, you would create your profile in a way where when everybody reads it, they won't ask questions that you will now be the one to answer. So when I think of this, when you're writing your profile, when you're creating your profile, whether it's on Upwork or whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on any platform, when you are creating your profile, any question a prospective client should have should be answered on that profile. Oh, okay, he or she has this kind of skills. Does he have experience? Everything should be listed on the. So I've seen people where you go to their profile and until they'll be the one to say, and I have this kind of skills, so I did not put it there. No. You don't want to do that. So your profile should have your skills. Now, overview, for example, which I'm focusing on Upwork in this part, your overview should have a hook, thereabout. Your overview should have your overview should have your experience, your skills, and a closing remark. Now, we'll be having some practical sessions. So I'm going to be showing you some of these things I've talked about practically so you see for yourself. Now, building a winning portfolio. Now, I realize that some people have been having challenges with portfolio, and I don't know, that's why portfolio is even talked about here, but because there are 3 things that should be on your portfolio. There are 3 things your portfolio should have, which is your portfolio is always on your profile, or it can be outside your profile. Your portfolio should back up your claim. So if you say you are a graphic designer, if you say you are a front-end developer, your portfolio should back up that claim that you made. If you can design, your portfolio should have designs showing your skills, or your portfolio should show what you can do. It's almost, they are almost similar. And it should also show what you've done. If there are things you've done before, they should be in your portfolio. Now, people will ask me, what of those of us that we just have the skills, we don't have any experience, we've not done anything? Then your portfolio should show what you can do. So you don't have an excuse. If you've done things before, if you've gotten jobs before, number 3. If you've not done anything before, number 2. Simple as that. As a designer, there are platforms you can use. You can have a website to create your work. That's a portfolio website. Or you can use portfolio platform like Behance, Dribble, Canva, Notion, and so on. As a developer or a data analyst, you can go to GitHub you should have a GitHub. I met with someone, she told me she's an analyst. I told her, where's her GitHub? She said that she don't have a GitHub. She does not know how to use GitHub. I just told her, but you can go and use YouTube to learn. It's as simple as that. Just because people will be asking you, these are things they believe that they don't even need to ask you to have. Now, finally, your social media handles can be a place where you display your work. You know the way this social media is. You can have a ripple effect on your social media. So you should always display your work on your social media, at least. Now, there are 2 things here. You don't necessarily, if you are someone that maybe you have a social media handle that is for flex and bants, you can create a professional social media handle as a second one. That one that is displaying, that can look more professional. So that can take you away. Now, for someone like me now, I am my own brand. That's why, I'm staying within brand. If I want to say something off brand, it's important for me to create another social media account to go and vent. Create an anonymous social media account and vent. If I have that itch, if something is scratching me that I need to say, I should ensure that it does not affect my brand. So ensure that if maybe you go into some topics that can be very controversial, have a different handle that speaks for your product business and have another handle that talks. You can say anything you want, but your brand should not be affected. Your business should not be affected because you could not zip your mouth. So you can display your work on your social media account. I just gave you that because if you want to display your work on social media, you need to have that at the back of your mind. You can display your work on your social media account. Instagram is very good, especially if you have graphics. So if you're a graphic designer or you do anything visual or you do video animation, you can use Instagram to display or, and other things. Just apart from all the other portfolio, this thing I showed you. Now, you can also save your portfolio, your samples in drives or you can create a website, portfolio website to show your write-ups. Now, these are for people who are writers. For writers, you can save your things in drives. Just arrange it very well. And you can send your post to, you can put your post on Medium, you can put it on Substack, and basically that's how to go about it. Now, one of the things you need to understand that you need to be your first client, especially if you don't have samples. Some people will tell me, oh, I don't have any sample. What do I do? Hire yourself first. Remember what I said about having your portfolio show what you can do. Start creating samples for you. Now, in case you don't know samples to create, you don't have any idea, look for job posts in your niche, go to platforms and check for the job post in your niche and start creating. Now, I have stories of someone who is a data analyst who went to Upwork, which is one of the, I'm just mentioning Upwork because it's one of the most popular platforms. Please don't be anchored by that. You can use other platforms and you don't necessarily have to use Upwork. Upwork is good, I like it, yes, but it's not by Upwork. Now, he went to Upwork and he saw the jobs there and he was doing those jobs and they became his portfolio, even though he was not hired for those jobs. And by the time he was in a particular interview, they interviewed him and they say, where did you see this job? He said Upwork. They didn't even ask him if, did they hire you? Did they pay you? Nobody will be asking you all those things since they can see that you can do what you can do. So this is one way to go about it. If you don't have portfolio, if you don't know how to create portfolio for your profiles, this is what you should do. Now, jobs you apply for. If you apply for the wrong jobs, you're just wasting your time. It's a very, very simple thing. Because I've seen people have the right profiles. I've seen people know how to submit proposals, but they're applying for the wrong jobs. Now, you need to attract quality clients to yourself. Ask yourself, who is my ideal client? And the client details is very, very important. I should just put maybe client details and job details. Now, for every job you want to apply for, always read the job description. Always check everything about the client. Always check everything about the activity of the job or the job details, especially the job specifics. Now, because I've seen people apply for jobs and they'll be like, oh, I wrote a very rock solid, come and check my proposal. I wrote one rock solid proposal for this job, but I didn't get it. But when I checked the job, I realized that 50 people have applied for that job. They are number 51. And they are telling me, oh, because this client did not check my proposal. I'm like, if you are a client, have you hired anybody before? And when 50 people send to you, what's the probability that you will not find who you are looking for in your 50? What's the probability that you have the time to check number 51? It's a very slim one. So always understand the client, understand the job you are applying for. Client details is very important. I've seen people imagine, I saw a particular client who, I was still telling what my coaching student yesterday, I saw a particular client in the client details who every job he posts, he's always paying people $5, $10, $5, $10. I will be very, very, I don't want to call myself a big word now, but it will be very funny if I go to meet that kind of client and I want to be charging the client $1,000. Do you understand? You need to understand the kind of client you're working with. Have that so that you know, so that you don't just, because one of the reasons why you are getting no is because you're targeting the wrong audience. Even though you have the good offer, which can be your good proposal, but you are sending that proposal to the wrong person. So if you are sending a good proposal to the right person, right audience, it gets you closer to getting jobs. Now, another particular feature that most people used to have problem with is proposals you submit. And I would run you through one of those things. Now, applying for the right jobs with a good profile, with the poor proposal, because I've noticed that a lot of people have these issues. And when you check proposals can affect whether you get a job or not. Now, other factors too can affect. Now, but one thing you need to know is this. Even though it's, like I said, you must combine these 4 things I'm saying, because each of them, independent of the other, can affect you. Because if you don't have one of them, the other 3, and you have the other 3, you can be affected. But if you have all 4, rock solid, get together, then you have a chance of getting the job. Now, things that should be in your proposal. I talked about how don't forget to have your hook in your proposal, add your skills and your experience, show that you understand the pain points or how you plan to get the job done, and ask for sale. Very important. Sam's proposal. Now, I like this proposal because I remember the day Sam shared this proposal, and this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was me dissecting the proposals. Number 1 was me saying, oh, he said hello. Number 6 was me saying he attached portfolios to his proposal. Then number 5 was me saying he closed. Number 3 was me talking. I was talking about how this proposal, he talked about his experience. And number 4, he mentioned why me. Yeah. So basically, I ran through this proposal. I gave an analysis of this proposal. And if you can look at it, the thing is this. One of the things I like this proposal is that I've seen people that just copied and pasted this proposal. And what they did is they just copied and pasted it. This same proposal, if you can look at it, I just came across as I am confident, onboard me. Can you see? And 2 of them got jobs. Jennifer got over $3,200 job. Roland used this as a template for cold email. As you can see, he was sharing it on Telegram, and I loved how it's working for people. I have 10 testimonials on my phone, 10 template of this proposal, 10 that they just copied it, they just edited this template, and they've been using it, and it's been working for them. And I have a whole lot of other templates that are free I've been sharing. But the point I'm trying to say is this: if you follow the right template for proposal writing, you should get jobs. Now, setting rates and pricing for your services, because a lot of people have issues with setting rates. Just think about how you offer value and it makes you valuable, because you need to be asking yourself, now, am I making my clients money? Am I saving them money, or am I saving them time? I like to make people always understand this particular question, because you need to ask yourself. Now, because when you come into so for example, are you saving them time? People will hire VA because they want to save time. Now, when you come in, even though you are a VA, when you have that mindset that I'm saving this person, this busy CEO or this busy business owner time, it helps you. So you don't undercharge. You don't just call yourself, oh, I'm just doing VA service. No. I'm helping them save time. Time is even more valuable than money. And if I'm saving them time, I'm doing something. So that way you position yourself well, and you'll be able to call your prices the right way. Now, I have one of my students that wrote this. It's one of my students that wrote this, and I love it, because the person talked about value-based pricing, because the proof of your ability, the sum of your skills, a portfolio of work that you've done, and your service quality, when you put them together, you'll be able to charge price and charge your worth. Basically, you'll be able to charge your worth, and you should have this at the back of your mind. Now, there are different ways to charge. We have fixed price and hourly rates. And they have the advantage and their disadvantage, especially for people who don't know which to charge. So if you look at both of them have the advantage and disadvantage. So you should know. Yes, fixed price have its own advantage, but it also has disadvantage. Hourly rates has disadvantage. They also have disadvantage. So know when to charge what is what. If you don't know if something is unfamiliar, you can charge hourly rates because you don't know how long it will take. But if you already know the scope of the work, if you already know how much it will take, how long it will take you, then you can charge a fixed price. And it's, as you can see, both of them have the advantage and their disadvantages, and you can look through both as you are charging. Now, understand that when you are managing projects and when you are managing clients, communication is very, very important. Be reliable. See, you will be surprised by the amount of freelancers that are not reliable. Meet deadlines, and your soft skills are very, very important. Managing client relationship is very, very important. If you want to be successful in the remote workspace, because in the freelancing space, you need this soft skills angle. And finally, because we are about to enter practicals, as I said, I'm compressing this 4 hours to 2 hours so that we can just ensure that we cover all the basics and the most important things. I want, at the end of this session, a lot of people here should be able to make their first $1,000, $10,000, $50,000, and so on. Now, freelancing is not by Upwork alone. As you can see, I just looked for a picture and I showed you, but just this gives you an idea. I know Indeed very well, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Glassdoor. I know some of these places, and I'm going to be showing you some of them in the practicals. Now, freelancing, understand that, guys. I want you to just understand that, because I've seen people come to me and they'll be like, freelancing is not working for me because I'm not getting jobs on Upwork. And I'm like, is it only Upwork you can get jobs? So I need you to tell you that, yes, Upwork is a very good platform. Once again, I'm not the ambassador. It makes money for me and my students. That's why I talk about them. Upwork is a very good platform, but if you are not successful on Upwork, try other platforms. I've had students that would tell me boldly that Upwork does not work for them. One of them, every time she goes to Upwork, she will be like, it does not work for her. She got a $5,000 per month job on LinkedIn. And I'm like, I'm happy that you're getting jobs, because the bottom line, the metric I measure is dollars. That's the metric I measure. So if you can get dollars, if you are being paid $5,000, I don't care whether you got it on Upwork. She got the job on LinkedIn, and I will cover LinkedIn. I'll show you LinkedIn. So now, remote job platforms, social media, portfolio website. One of my cousins, he got a job via portfolio website. So he has a portfolio website. The client discovered him from Australia, and they paid him about 3,000 pounds now for the website stuff. But they've discovered them. That was where the client saw him. The client used Google search and discovered him on via Australia, from Australia via search. He has a portfolio website that talked about his services, and he designed the website for the client. The client paid him. Cold emails too. You can mix cold email with social media platform. You can mix cold emails with just reaching out to people or reaching out to businesses that will need your services. In cold email writing, if you know how to write cold email, it's a numbers game. When you blast your cold email to thousands of people, few of them will reply. Out of the few people that reply, some people would want your service. Ask yourself this question: how many cold emails do you get that you yourself do you reply to? So you don't even reply to cold emails, but you want people to reply to your cold email. It's a numbers game. If people sending to you, no, they already calculated that you might not answer. So yes, let's go to some practicals. This is we finished part 1 theory. Let's enter part 1 practicals. I hope we can finish ASAP so that we can move to 2 and 3 ASAP. So let me stop sharing. Let me show you. Let's go to part 1 practicals. That's where we are going to right now. Yes. That's where we're going to right now. So yeah. Now, I believe you can see my screen because I just showed you an Upwork. Yes. Can you guys see my screen? What can you see on my screen? What can you see on my screen? These two screens can be. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've talked about things. I've talked about I've covered all these things theoretically. So guys, let's go into the practical part. For you guys, for people saying, oh, I'm struggling on Upwork. Coach, I'm not getting jobs. So let's talk. So first off, this is Upwork.com. I'm using one of my students' profile. So this is Upwork.com. When you enter Upwork.com, you land on your landing page. So first off, one of the things I can tell you to do is this. You can always check these best matches. When your profile is very good, you can always check these best matches to see jobs that suits you. But the problem with these best matches is this. The problem with best matches is this: is it's sorted by most relevant. So it's not sorted by ones that have a lot of people that have applied. So you need to be careful about it. But you can scroll through it, and sometimes, as you can see, this was posted an hour ago, but it's less than 5. That means this is a very good job for this particular account. So, but you can always check these best matches once in a while and pay attention to the number of proposals, even if the job is saying you are the best match for the job. Still pay attention to the number of proposals when you are using this best match. So please, once in a while, check the best matches, and you're going to see jobs that fit into your profile. Now, we'll talk about why. Now, this is your landing page. So how do you search for jobs? You search for jobs here. You type in anything to search for jobs. Now, one of the things on profile, let me first talk about profile, is this. Let me go back there. If you go to talent, and you type in any niche. Okay, let me just use any niche. So let's use content writer. Let's use content writer, any niche. So let's use content writer talent. Now, what am I doing? I'm trying to check people in content writing space. If I say you, would you type now? Plenty of people will type, but that no man, I'll still say it. You guys, you can type your niches, and I'll be using examples from niche that I see. I'll be using your niche as examples. So this is content writing, for example. As you can see, so if I'm a content writer, this is what I would do. I can check other content writers in my niche. So these are people, as you can see these are different kind of content writers. So this is a project catalog. I'll talk about it. It's also showing in the search. I'll talk about it. But this is a content writer. As you can see, this is even a Nigerian. Let's check this Nigerian. He's also a Nigerian from the United States. But look at these two Nigerians. So let's check them out. I don't know who they are, but as you can see, this is a Nigerian from Port Harcourt, 100% job score, top rated. She's a content writer, and she has made $8,000 from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. So as you can see, you can go through her profile. You can see her portfolio. She put her portfolio there. You can see her skills. You can learn from the skills she used. You can see her employment history. As you can see, other experiences. So everything on her profile is rock solid. Everything on her profile is rock solid. Then she also has she has other specialized profiles. So Upwork gives you the opportunity to have up to 3 profiles. Now, she does something. There's something on her profile I want to talk about. Now, AI content writing, guys. This session is about AI, so I'm already jumping ahead of the curve, but let me just quickly point it out so that in case I don't forget. Now, right now, AI is currently the buzzword. So when you start doing anything, you start plugging AI into it. It gives you extra boost, even by the platform. So let's say AI content writing, but one of the recommendation I will give this person is, even though our specialization is AI content writing, our tagline should also include something like AI. She should also put something AI in her tagline. Is also going to make this go very, very well. But AI content writing is fine, so she can put content writer, AI bracket, or content writer editor bracket, AI, ChatGPT, blah, 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 bracket, close. So that's the only thing she can do on this place now. She to really boost this particular AI. But she's doing well for herself. So yeah. So, but why am I showing you this? I'm showing you so you can check other people's profile as a guide for your profile, no matter your niche. You can check other people's profile. So Adewumi, in Nigeria and in the US, maybe it's US or not, because Nigerians are very, very funny people. Yeah. So Adewumi, Nigerian, as you can see, our own account too. So you can see the things on her account. She's from OAU. Oh, she left after. She entered school after we graduated. So yeah, you can see see the things she has done. See her portfolio. I like visual portfolios. They are aesthetic. So see her portfolios. As you can see, you can pay attention to things they added to portfolio, skills, testimonials. She has employment history. One of the things on employment history is adding like a paragraph or 2, 3, 4 bullet points. I like that. I like that a lot. As you can see, it makes your profile look more, she's even a reporter for UK. So yeah, as you can see, this is very, very good. I like her profile. Now, so if you're a content writer, that's what you do. So let me just quickly run through another one ASAP. We don't have time. Let me see. So let's do customer success. I see customer success in this chat box. It's customer success. We put customer success. Some of my students used to pop up. So let's do customer success. Oh, did I type jobs? Oh, I want to type jobs. Be careful. Just anything you're typing, make sure it's for talent, not so. This is for customer success. You can see this person from Pakistan. Now, another thing you need to note is this: when you're searching for people, you will notice that on their profile, the first 2 lines is what shows. So pay attention to that too. Why? Because on your own profile too, that's what will show. Because if you are not using your profile, to hook a client, why should they read your profile? This person is saying, I am new to Upwork. I joined after. Feel free to review my employment history. She charges $100 per hour. And you see, even though someone is new to the platform, someone has made on 1K, she's charging $100 per hour. And I have people that have earned 50K, 40, 30K, 10K a year listening to me. You guys are scared to call $20 per hour. See someone here. See, don't worry, we'll talk about it. We'll talk more about it. This person, 10K, $80 per hour. Customer success. So I know that there are some customer success people here that all they want to be charging is $5 per hour. So you guys can see. Now, another thing is this: when you check other people in your niche, you have an idea of what are the things they are using on their tagline. What are the things? This is one of my students. What are the things they are using on their tagline? Let me not open our account, please. Let me make a yeah. So what are the things people are using on their account? I don't know this person. I can open their account. This person is from Nigeria too, so you can check customer service agent, rep, customer support specialist, customer success, and you use general virtual assistant. Yeah, this thing goes hand in hand. I love this profile. As a customer success person, customer support person, you can have a VA profile because they go hand in hand. But if you know the thing with my wonderful Nigerians, we don't want to charge much. We are okay with it because when you convert it, it's still plenty money. $10, $8. And some people in the same niche are charging $80. No, but there's no problem. At least money, big money is coming in. 7K is better money. Yeah, but this is, you can check, as if you're a customer success person, you can check profiles, other people's profile, see, learn from their portfolio. You will see people be like, I'm in virtual assistant. I don't know what to put in my portfolio. I'm in customer success. I don't know what. See someone in that niche. Check her portfolio. Duplicate it for yourself and use it. You know, then she has certifications in Upwork skills certification. Yes, Upwork can, you know, you will do some exams on Upwork and they will give you a certificate. Then she did some manual. So you can enter certificates manually yourself. And I'll show you. Don't worry, I'll run through the profile of the account I'm using to teach you. And I'll show you some things on profiles. Employment history too. So this is everything you need to know on profiles. I've just showed you everything you need to know on profiles. Yeah. Check out other people's profile and use that to guide your own profile. Now, when you go to your own profile, you'll be able to edit. There are different parts you'll be able to edit on your own profile when you go to your own profile. Now, the point is this, the particular points I showed you, certification, you can add manual certificate. And how do you add manual certificate? So you can, you know, if you just go to certification, you go into certification, you type. Now, some people will say, well, what, the person that gave me certificate, they are not on Upwork. Just type it. Let's just say, Denga DB certification. Now, you notice that it's saying that you cannot find my name. Maybe I issued a certificate to you. Then you just click on add a custom certification and you add it manually. Yeah, so you can only add 2 custom certificates. But if you want to add more, you can add via Credly. So you can use Credly, import from Credly. You can also use import from Credly to add. You can see employment history. You can see everything I showed. You see portfolios that add colors, you know, so as you can see, yeah. So that's about profiles. Now, let me show you how to search for jobs. Let me just run through searching for jobs, submitting proposals, then we'll move into the next part. We're still covering a lot in this part. Don't worry, I will try and compress it so that you learn everything in 2 hours. I will try my best. It's not easy, but I'll just try my best. Yeah, so let's go back. Let me show you how to search for jobs. Now, if you say, oh, I'm in any niche, let me go and look for the examples you guys gave me to search for jobs. Okay, copywriting. Yeah, so let's say you're a copywriter and you want to search for jobs. You type in, so you can type it here or you can type it here. If you type it here, it will show you down here. Let me do it for you. If you type it here, it will show you down here. Yeah, it even took me up. Yeah. So let's see. So this is it. So this, if you're a copywriter, these are copywriting jobs. And now before I even click, let me show you something. So let's say you're a copywriter, for example. You're a copywriter, for example. And you remember we just typed in copywriting jobs and you came here. Then as you got here, you see this hourly rate, $70 to $220. This is very cool. I need a content like 2 weeks. This is very good. And you love it. You want to submit proposal for it. But look at this client. This client has spent $0, no review, payment unverified. If you apply for this job with 16 Connect, there's a very, very low probability that you get this job. So even though this rate is good for you, even though this you like is something you can do, be careful before you just apply for anyhow jobs. You know, there are things you need to check out. Now run them through. So, but as a copywriter, if you use the job search, if you use the search filters, one of the things you can do, I like to tell my students is use the less than 5. Now, I'll also teach you how to use the others, but let's just talk about this first. Use the less than 5, use the 5 to 10 proposals, then use payment verified. Now, you can also do payment unverified, but you need to be an expert for you to be able to do that. So right now, I'm teaching what everybody should do. That as an expert, you can still play around some things I'm not mentioning, but that's for experts. But this is what everybody, whether you're a beginner or expert, can do and you'll be successful. So let's say you put your tagline, here, then you less than 5 to 10, payment verified. Now, then you can now start seeing jobs that's fitting. Complete the writing of a book. You know, this person has spent $200. This is the review. 10K. This is the review. So now you can start clicking these jobs. Let's see. Design meta for a company. This was posted 11 minutes ago. Design meta ad for a SaaS company. So meta is Facebook. So it can be Facebook and Instagram. So let's say you can do this. Now it's falling under copywriting and under social media ads. Yeah. So let's just say you can do this. You click on the job. I like people to always save jobs, scroll through jobs. Let me show you something first before I run through it. Now, one of the things I like to tell my students, for those who are my students who know I mentioned this, I tell them to first scroll down to go to this job per page, make it 50. So that way you're not pressing next every time. So let's, so that way you're not pressing next every time. You see per page, you see a lot of jobs. So let's go to our particular job that we saw. Design a meta ad for a SaaS company. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, so this is what the job description looks like. So remember, so this is what when you check, this is what you need to check when you are seeing every job. I need to move to the next thing. This is what you check when you are seeing every job. Always check the client details. And this everything about the client is here. The client is from Belgium. The client he has posted 24 jobs, he has spent 17K. That's who the client is. This particular job, 5 to 10 people have applied for the job. The client is not interviewing anybody yet. He has not hired everybody. He has not sent invite. Sometimes Upwork sends invite on behalf of a client, so you need to pay attention to that. These are the questions. These are the questions you need to answer. These are very important. Now, so when you get to this question, there are some that are input by Upwork themselves. There are others that the client wrote. Now, this particular one, this client wrote it. Question 1 was written by the client. Question 2 was a Upwork generated question. Describe your recent. No, this is a generated question. If you are a client, you will know it's generated. Then you can check what other people have said about the client. And this is where they mention the client name. Thanks, Giles. So this is the client's name. So when you are mentioning, when you are talking to the client, you know what to do. Now, another thing you should notice, this client mostly pay fixed price, mostly. And this client has paid someone $4,000. This client has paid $750. So this client can pay. Like now, all this info, you check them, and in 1 minute, you are true. You can check all this info in 1 minute and you are done. 10 over 10, clear communicator. So you know the kind of person you are working with. So you do all this due diligence before you apply for any job. Very, very important, because the same way clients take their time to apply for you, to choose freelancer, you should take your time to choose the jobs you apply for. So let's say, okay, this client wants to pay hourly for this job. Very unusual for the client. The client likes fixed price. They can even convert this hourly job to a fixed price job. Let's just leave it like that. But the client likes very fixed price jobs. So let's say this is a job you can do. Even as you are seeing it right now, if it's something you can do, you can go and look for it and apply for it while we're in this session. Very fun. So you can click on, let me do it like this. So let me copy the job link. Let me copy the job link in the search. My assistant will copy it to YouTube. I've copied the job links in the search, so anybody can go and check it themselves if they are on Upwork and if it's something they can do. So yeah, so this is something you can do, but this job was posted 30 minutes ago and a lot of people have applied. The easier a job looks like, even especially from job title, the more people want to apply for the job. But let me teach you. Let's say you are even someone that you are in the copywriting or ads and it's something you can do. Let me teach you how you can go about it. So this is a sales copywriting profile, so it's related to it because they say you create ads. Always pay attention to this, what the client wants. Read it very well. Read it very, very well because it helps you when you are submitting your proposal. So we have entered proposal writing. What rate do you want to charge? Now, your profile rate, the particular profile we are using is $25, but this client is willing to pay 25 to 50. See, when a client have a range between 25 to 50, one thing you can do is this. You can, you don't have to use, you can use the low upper limit. So let's say you can use 40 and you can use 40 here. What is happening? You can use 40 here. And one thing I would recommend you do is temporarily go to your account on your profile and change your rate on your profile to 42. So that when the client see this 40, they'll see the 40 because of this job. So if you didn't get the job or the job passes, you can change your rate back to 25. So this is one thing you can do because this client is saying they are willing to do 25 to 50. You can use 40, or you can even do the whole 50. Don't be scared. Schedule a rate increase. This is a short-term job, so you don't need to schedule a rate increase. Then you can write your cover letter. Now, ensure that you've read the job description. What I do is this. I used to put my job description on a sticky note, and the sticky note used to be near me when I'm applying for jobs. Let me show you. So when the sticky note, when I have it, I use it and, so cover letter, you type in how, I'm the best. There's something I want to do. I'll just quickly write something. Now, I always pay attention to the client's job description. So they say they are looking for a B2B SaaS. Okay, we are a B2B SaaS, B2C. So SaaS means software as a service. So they are a B2C SaaS, that's business to customer. We are looking for an experienced ad designer who can design the creative and copy. So that means creative means picture, video, anything. Copy means the words of our ad. Ad will run on a mental program. That's Instagram and Facebook. Remember I told you? And the goal is to drive conversion. So this is what they want. They want conversion and they want someone who can do creative. So from reading a job description, you know what the client wants, and you can easily submit a job proposals based on what the client wants. So you can talk about, for this, for example, now you can talk about how I am an experienced. So let's say you're applying for this particular job. Let's say you are using this particular job. You can talk about how, and I want to quickly just type something. So we are not looking for someone to manage PPC. However, understanding about target market is important. So one of the things I used to do sometimes, I can copy the job description or the part I love. Can copy it. As I said, I copy it on a sticky note. Other times I just copy it. Then another thing I do is this. You can put your cursor here and drag this thing down. I'm telling you all these things I do when I'm applying for jobs. You drag it down so that you can see the job very well. So I copy the job description here. So they say they are looking for an experienced ad designer. So I can put it here and say, I remember that his name is Gauss. I'll quickly show you. Hey, Gauss. I am the experienced art designer. Your hook can be anything. You can start, but I'm just, for the sake of this one, I'm not using any of my template. I'm the experienced art designer to drive conversion for your SaaS. I've already covered this part with over, let me also, with over 10 years of experience running ads on Meta platforms, on other social media platforms too. I'm just giving you this, and there's a reason I'm showing you this. Other social media platforms too, in case in the future we want to switch to no more than Meta platforms. Yes, yes, I understand your target market. I don't know the target audience, but I'm just using this to teach you guys. If I understand your target audience and we can convert them. This is just for the sake of this. I want to show you something. That's why I'm doing this. And we can convert them. Yes. So I can write this. I can put it down here to ensure that what I'm writing is relating to the job description. Or basically I put it on my sticky notes. Now, but why I'm showing you this is one of the things I do is I copy my job description, my proposals, and I used to run the proposal on Grammarly. So remember that I just wrote this job description. Can you guys see my Grammarly screen? This is Grammarly now. Can you see my Grammarly screen? Let me see your message in the chat. Thank you. So yeah, so one of the things I do, I'm just showing you this. I just want to quickly show you this. Is that so as you can see, when I'm writing the proposal, I'm not bothered about making mistakes because Grammarly will correct my mistakes. You know, sometimes you can even use the Grammarly, integrate it with your app. So Grammarly will correct my mistakes and I'll copy it back. I copy it back to the proposal. Yeah, so can you see? So I don't, like you can see. So I copy it back to the proposal. So yeah, I've always answered questions. See, I want to have time to, nobody have submitted a boosted proposal for this. So you can, one of the things you can add boosted connect. So especially if nobody have submitted boosted proposals. So if this is 8 connect, if you send your own for 9 connect, you will still be in number 1 because it's nobody have submitted boosted connect. So the point is this: you don't have to say, you don't have to turn your, if you want to be in number 1, maybe very, very well, you can put it at maybe 15, 16, but don't waste connect. Be careful, only use it, you know. Let's even refresh. Still nobody. So that means that we can add 9 connects and it will still be boosted. And even when other people are submitting, your proposal will still be in the top, pending the time people outbid you. But at least if the client is checking you, and if they outbid you, they will return your boosted connect to go back to original. So one connect alone, you can use it to outbid. As I said, there are plenty things, there are plenty tricks I want to teach you. But yeah, well, at least you've learned the most important one. For the sake of time, because there's still a lot of things I want to teach you. So yeah, that's how to submit jobs. That's how to apply for jobs. That's how to have a good profile. That's how to use. So the other part, let me quickly clear this filter. Let me quickly run through another one again. And we'll leave Upwork ASAP because we need to move to other platforms. Yep. Don't worry, I'll answer your questions. I'll answer all your questions. Right now, I'm not going to, less because we need to cover a lot of ground. I'll answer all your questions. Now, there's another way to search on Upwork. Let me look for. There's another way to search web design. It's another way to search. So you go to categories. That's where to search. You go to categories. So this is it. When you get to search, you go to categories. Then you scroll down. You go to. Let me show you this very well. You go to categories and you see web development. It's in web. See web and mobile. So web development, you see it. And you can check, web development if you're in web. So web design, you can see it. Web design is a category here. So you can click on it if you're in web design, and you will see it. Web and mobile design, you will see by category. Now, if you're in graphic design, it's under yours is under creative, design and creative. So you can see design and creative, branding and logo design, graphic design, photography, product design. Video and animation. Let's just add some video and animation. Let's just add some graphic design, branding, and graphic design. So yeah, that's all. So when you use, if you see all the filters that you've used, they will show here. The subcategories that you use will show here. Then you can use payment verified, as I've said. Then you can use because of this thing we used. This is when you use keyword first and you add categories, it used to layer over and it will affect your search. Now, how did I know this happened? Let me tell you. So some of you will say, I've been searching, I'm not seeing jobs. I've noticed a mistake that happened. How did I know this happened? I checked the number of jobs here. Normally, sometimes they used to write, but this is their current user interface. This is just 38. This is 50. This is not normal. It's not normal. So that's why I knew something is wrong. It's not normal because we use this copywriting first. We type the keyword first before we use the category. So it had layered over. It's only showing me anything in this category that fit into this keyword. So I can do advanced search and cancel this and search. That's removed the copywriting. So you will notice to go down, you will see it's now 2,000, 3,000. Can you see? It's now 3,000. Let me show you. This 38 that we saw before is now 3,000. As you can see, this one is now 2,000. So maybe because I'm an expert, I noticed the error sharp. Yeah. So, and these are some of the things you guys will do, and you realize that, I'm applying, I'm not seeing jobs. Yeah. Well, you guys, you've seen some of the things you should check. So using that alone, I've seen some 6,400 jobs. So yeah, so this is it. Then remember everything I taught you about how to submit proposals, how to look at the client details, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So that's everything on Upwork, because we have other platforms to go through. But this is Upwork. You understand Upwork. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So this is Upwork. Now, Upwork is not the only freelancing platform. Right now, let's quickly enter the other platforms so that we can go on break. Yeah. So Fiverr is one of the top platforms, and in Fiverr you create gigs. I've seen people that have made a lot of money on Fiverr. Yes, Fiverr can be moving mad sometimes. Cancel your account for reasons best known to them. Just block your account, because that's why people prefer one platform over the other, because Fiverr can be funny. But I've seen people that have made a lot of money on Fiverr. So if people are making money, and remember our metric, the most important metric is money. So Fiverr is one platform, and the same rule applies as you use for Upwork for Fiverr when it comes to understanding the platform. Now, one thing Fiverr has is this. Fiverr, you go to the bottom, even Upwork has it. You can always go to the bottom to look for their blog. You can look for their blog. You can use it to learn everything about the platform, become a buyer, become a seller. Seller is people who, offer services, buyer and co. They have their own terms, buyers and sellers on Fiverr. And one of the most important things I'm going to show you here in Fiverr is this. Whenever you want to do anything, whenever you want to create gigs, just check for gigs. Let's use AI. Check other people's gig on the platform. So let's check out other people's gig and use that. Most popular AI services. Can you see? It's telling you these are the most popular AI services right now. So it's even giving you an idea. So that means you too, you can choose anything in this region. And then you can explore the AI services. It's even showing you some of the explore. You can explore them. Let's check. Let's look for one. Let's just say ChatGPT application. People that design ChatGPT application. So look under this region, see the amount of gigs. I will build a ChatGPT app for you, but from this price. I will build a model this from this price. I will do your ChatGPT project. So if you want to create 5 gigs, so these are the best-selling gigs, and it takes time to get to the first page. It takes time to be ranked, level 2 sellers and level 1, level 2 sellers, as you can see. So Fiverr is, Fiverr has its own specialty. So we can click on any gig and you read, you can check what they use for their creative. You can use that as an idea for your own creative. You can check what they use for the copy or the word, their delivery. Use that as your own guide. You can check, see about this gig, everything. So when you check 5-10 people's gig and put them together, trust me, you can just copy and paste them on one notepad and start picking, and you use that to create your own gig. Depending the time you are learning everything about the platform. So that's how to go about Fiverr. Also, go to the blog, as I've said. Where's the blog? Go to the blog. See, there's Fiverr guide here for guiding you on Fiverr. There's Fiverr blog, there's Fiverr guide. Fiverr guide, being a seller. Let's see. Yeah, there's Fiverr guide here. Then there's Fiverr blog. There's Fiverr. Just scroll down to the website. And, the blog talks about, there's blogs for freelancers, for sellers. I used to see freelancer tips. So you can go through here. You can even click on the whole category here and see all the articles they've written here. See, if you don't have money and you don't have any coach to teach you, see, these are things that Fiverr have created for you. Read all these things now and watch on YouTube too. So you start from there. When you have money, you can buy people's courses. So yeah, that's for Fiverr. So let's go to other platforms. Let's start going through other platforms. So this is Guru. Guru is also like, it's a freelancing platform too. The same rule apply. You can sign up on the platform, read about the platform, check their blog, scroll to the bottom. When you see any website, always scroll to the bottom. Ideally, you can see if they have menu. You can read the menu here, and you can see the blog here about the blog. If they don't have menu, just go to the bottom. So you can read the blog and get information, for freelancer resources. All of them, they all have resources that are free because they want you to be free. They want you to be successful on their platform. The more money you make, the more money they make. Upwork have resources. Fiverr has resources. Go through these platforms. And the next one is FreeUp. These ones, they do interview before they allow you to sign up. But I've seen some of my students sign up. Few, not plenty. Few of students have signed up because they will vet you first before you sign up. They will do interview for you before you sign up on the platform. They are not as big as Upwork, but at least they have, jobs that they give people to. If you can pass the whole vetting process. Then there's people per hour too. People per hour too. By the time people per hour stop hiring and stop accepting freelancers. People per hour is like Fiverr, but like UK version, because I have a student too that got a job on people per hour. More than one student said. If you know how to use Fiverr, you know how to use the platform. The difference is that they are just in the UK, while Fiverr is in the US. That's the difference between the two of them. Then the last freelancing platform I like to talk about is the biggest boy. If you're a newbie freelancer, don't go here. If you're an expert freelancer, try your luck there because it will take you to the bigger level. So as an expert, mid-level, elite freelancer, please. Well, mid-level is subjective, but at least if you start calling yourself elite, please go to this platform and sign up. Signing up and even getting in is an achievement on its own because, man, they only accept 3 people out of every 100 people that apply. So that's one of their own main unique selling points. So if you're a developer, finance, designer, project manager, if your niche is in all these things, product manager, if you've done it, if you have all this and you have experience, maybe you've started on Upwork, Fiverr, you've been freelancing for years, you have clients you've worked with, please go and sign up on this platform, apply, and try your luck. So this is for freelancing. Let me see. Let me quickly start remote jobs. Maybe I will not do LinkedIn until after the break. Let me quickly do remote jobs. How should I quickly do it? Let me quickly do remote jobs. This is telling me I'm going to be more than 2 hours here. So let's quickly do remote jobs. How do you get paid? Don't worry, your questions will be answered. Yeah. So now, apart from freelancing platforms, there are other platforms you can earn. So let's go to the other platforms. Apart from freelancing platform, we have other platforms like the remote work platforms or remote jobs platforms. So after this session, I will go into the part 2 of the session, which is how to scale your income 10x. And after that, I will show you, there are some things I want to show you with AI. I want to show you how to apply for jobs, and you don't even need to write a proposal. With AI alone, you can generate proposals and submit. That's the third part of this session, and I will just show you all those ones. Now, let me just run through this ASAP. I'll run through this one very fast. I'm not doing LinkedIn now because LinkedIn will take time. So I'll just run through this and I would have a very short break, stroll around, and come back. I'll do LinkedIn and I'll do part 2 and part 3, and we'll call it a day. Now, this is where we work remotely. This is a remote job platform. They post remote job boards. You can see the category of jobs here: programming, design, DevOps, management, customer support, sales, blah, blah, blah. You can see everything here. Always check, the details here. If it's anywhere in the world, you apply. If it's not anywhere in the world, don't apply. Anywhere in the world means you feature, so it's a content writer, freelance writer, anywhere in the world. But if it is UK only, USA only, Americas only, it means you don't qualify. So I've seen one of my students got a job here and he got the job. They paid him very well. He's currently in Portugal now. He's a big boy. This is remotive.com. It's similar to we work remotely. So you remember I showed you that it's not just Upwork alone. So if you're not getting jobs on Upwork, come and try out all these platforms. See, software development, customer service, design, marketing, sales. Try your luck. If you don't try, the answer is always no. Writing, human resource. So let's see some human resource jobs. See some human resource jobs. You scroll down. Remember what I said? This was posted yesterday. Where it's USA only, UK only, US, Canada only. So mostly they are remote. The human resource jobs are specific by location. Let's go to software development. So as you can see, you see this is Europe, USA only, Europe. So any job anytime you see anywhere in the job, anywhere there, this is worldwide. So these are jobs that they're ready to pay you between 31 to 72K. You can apply if you do front end and you apply. You compete with people, you can be the best, and before you know it, you'll be able to get it. And if you get it, you get paid big. So that's it. So then we also have Remote OK. Remote OK is also another remote platform. You can get jobs there too. Yeah. Zip Recruiter for those in the UK. If you're in the UK or you want UK jobs, remote or anything, you can get jobs here from Zip Recruiter. Yeah. Now, there are some platforms I really like. Well, I like most platforms. So, well found is AngelList. There's a lot of startup jobs here. So if you can get a lot of startup jobs from this platform. I get a lot of startup jobs on this platform. Oh, I want to sign in with Google. I don't have the time. Yeah, so you can get a lot of jobs on this platform. Yeah. So there's a lot of, if you click on, let's go back. Mostly startup jobs. Let me just look for jobs if you can see. Mostly startup jobs. You can see some of the top startup jobs. I always check when the job was posted. Then some of them can be remote. So it's mostly startup jobs, engineering jobs, product jobs. If you're a product person, if you're a design person, try your luck. I've seen different students who have gotten jobs on this platform, design jobs, data analytics. So if you're into data analytics too, try your luck. Like compete with the best at least and see, shock your SACPA, the sales jobs, there are a lot of jobs there on this platform. Then there's Indeed. Indeed is popular. It's working. You can check the jobs. So let's even do UI UX again because we've not done UI UX. So let's search because this is what I used to teach people. Now you see remote. Always make sure that it's remote since you are from the part of the world. At least you're not going physical. So then check use the right keyword. Then you scroll down, you see the jobs. You can they sort them by relevance. You can sort it by date too. So you want the recent ones more than the old ones, and you will see all the job description there. And you can see principal UX designer remote. So you can click on this for example, and you can check the job description, check the team, and apply. Trust me, but the thing that comes with remote job is this: you would apply for a whole lot of jobs. Like you would apply very, very well. And it's the final platform I want to talk about before we go on break is this one, Startup Jobs. I like the platform, so you can, if it's remote, you can put remote and you can type in, let's say you're a product designer. You're a product designer, for example. So you can type in product designer, and as you can see, you will see there are 242 jobs, full-time, remote. So you can apply. You can click on any of them and apply. Let's look for another one. Let's say you're into maybe, let me even say virtual assistant. See, virtual assistant. Mostly, you don't get a lot of virtual assistant jobs on remote jobs. It's mostly freelancing platform. But I just wanted to use it as an example. But you can see. Let's try customer support. Yeah, so customer success. As you can see, there are a lot of jobs, customer success that are remote. So you can try it out if Upwork and Co are not working for you. So let's go on a short break and let me pause. I'll pause the recording. I don't know if I can pause the live stream. 5 minutes short break. Please just stretch your legs and stand up. Like just stand up, walk around the room, or go to the fridge, take water, take coffee, take a drink. Because the next part of this session, I'll start with LinkedIn. LinkedIn will take me more time, but I'll ensure I shall compress as best as possible. I'll start with LinkedIn, then I'll move into part two. I'll start talking about how to scale, the things you need to do to scale. Then I'll show you some things on AI. The things on AI alone will take me like 1 hour. I'll try my best. Yeah, but I just want to ensure you guys get all the knowledge to help you in 2024. So please, let's come back here if you are in Nigeria, 7:25. If you are not in Nigeria, use 7:25 West African time to convert your own time. So let's take a pause, stroll out. That's like 7 minutes from now. So the next 7 minutes, I'll pause. I hope you had time to stretch. I hope you had time to stretch your legs. So because we're going to do the marathon and complete now. Yeah, so let's go. This, yeah. Some people were asking for stagnant screen without sound. That means you're not paying attention. We're on a short break. So that you can stretch your leg, drink water. Yeah, right now, so it's time to complete the marathon. So the last thing I talked about was this platform. I mentioned Indeed, I mentioned Angel List, which is well found, and I mentioned Startup Jobs. These are there are 3 remote job platforms I like. There's even also someone told me about Crossover, and I believe I checked it and I like it. I knew the platform before. Yeah, so there's Crossover. Crossover is a remote job platform too. It's one of the first set of remote job platform that I know. Yep, so you can get remote jobs on Crossover too. I know someone who was telling me how he's been getting jobs on Crossover. So yeah, as you can see, these are Crossover jobs. So there's a whole lot of jobs where you can check out on Crossover too. Like Crossover is just like all the other remote jobs platforms now. So let's go straight to LinkedIn, guys, because I said I wanted to talk about LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is one of the biggest remote job platforms that you would ever know. LinkedIn is one of the biggest remote job platforms. So if you can leverage yourself on LinkedIn very well, trust me, you'll be able to present or you'll be able to get jobs. I've told you about people who have gotten jobs. Like, I told you about my student who got a $5,000 job. See, the first person I'm seeing on my LinkedIn is my wonderful this thing. Yeah, she's having a work rate on my TL is powerful nowadays. Okay, but this is LinkedIn, and one thing about LinkedIn is that there are two ways to get jobs on LinkedIn. Oh, cancel! Don't show me people's messages. I get a lot of messages. I have like 1,000 plus unanswered messages. Yeah, so there are two ways to get. Let's just go straight to LinkedIn. There are two ways to get jobs on LinkedIn. Not two ways. There are a lot of ways, but there are two major type of jobs that you can get on LinkedIn. Like basically two, we can group them under two terms. Now, the first part I like to call it inbound, and the second part I like to call it outbound. So inbound means that they come to you. Outbound means you go to them. It's just as simple as that. In and out. Yeah, inbound means they come to you. Outbound means they come to them. So now, yeah, so for inbound, for you to have an inbound, you need to have a good profile. So please, same way you check other people's profile, go and ensure that your profile is fully optimized. My profile, it's been long I updated my profile, but ensure your profile is optimized. Ensure one of the things on LinkedIn nowadays is that pay attention of this featured. It's like portfolio. It's like where you can put portfolio on LinkedIn. So this featured here, you can add, when you have posts that are doing well or posts that are, maybe you created a post, or you can even add link, you can add a site, you can add anything, you can add a video, you can feature them on top of your profile. It means when people land on your profile, that's the first thing they will see. So pay attention to the featured. Yeah, so activity, I do some stuff now. But what I want to show you is make sure that your LinkedIn is fully optimized. This is some of the things me have done. And yeah, so make sure your LinkedIn is optimized. Add all your skills or your experiences, add your education, add your skills. Now, there's a lot of skills you can add on LinkedIn. I've once seen someone add 100 and something skills. I've not had time to even add safe. That's why it's been long I had the time. So then you can get recommendation, give recommendation on LinkedIn. Yeah, then courses you took, interest, but just ensure your LinkedIn profile is fully optimized. Now that's the team inbound. And when it comes to inbound again, make sure you are posting. Make sure you are, because I just made a post of free resources, and that particular post, the amount of reach, the amount of followers I got because of this post alone, and that's the LinkedIn for you. You can make a post that can go viral. Someone can quote your post to their own community, and you can start getting a lot of, feedbacks, a lot of followers, a lot of everything based on one post alone. So just ensure that you use this featured very well, and ensure that you are, posting relevantly. I've had people that will tell me that, oh, I don't have time. So just you can use things to schedule your post. Schedule and schedule is the same thing. It's the same pronunciation. Now, you can schedule your post on using apps. There are apps that, buffer, Hootsuite, and co that you can sign up because you don't have time now. Because I like to say, if you don't have time, have money. So you can use those apps. Some of them have some free things that can help you, but you need to pay to get premium options and schedule how to post. So you can be posting, even though you are busy, you can create. So for me now, I use a scheduler for my Twitter. I don't really have time for Twitter, but it's just a way to make money too, sure. But the idea is a scheduler is the one that make all my posts on Twitter. I'm not the one posting. Now, you can do the same for LinkedIn. I didn't use the scheduler for LinkedIn. I don't know why. I just want to be posting myself on LinkedIn for now. Now, the idea is this. I scheduled, the point I wanted to make for you is this. I scheduled my posts for the next 3 months on Twitter. Now, I don't need to make any posts. Like, I can be busy sleeping, and my post is posting on Twitter and it's getting traction, it's getting likes, it's getting everything. And I'm not the one doing it. So if you are a busy person, the point I want to make for you is this. If you are a busy person, it means that you can go to your, if you are a busy person, it means that you can go to your, you can go to your, you can create those things on your, with the scheduler apps, and you can use that. And that way alone, You can schedule things and you can be busy doing your things. Because when you want to get clients via the inbound method, just ensure that your profile is fully optimized, and then also ensure that you are attracting people. Because how do people discover you? When you make posts, and the way LinkedIn works is that someone can like your post and it will go to their own TL. Someone can, just, be creative, and you never can tell. Now, when people come to your profile, they should see value. Starting from your tagline, starting from everything on your tagline, starting from what you do. Like, your tagline should talk about what you do. Recently, I had to, tweak my tagline because I'm doing something right now. That's why I'm trying to get a particular role in sales. That's why if you see my tagline has changed, it's no longer what it used to be there. That's why it is what it is right now. So I want them because I know they will come to my LinkedIn. That's why I put this tagline like that. So you can also put your tagline to ensure that, because people mostly will read your tagline. Then after your tagline, one of the things they will read is they will check your experience, and they will check, as I said, this featured can be very catchy if you use it very well. Then they will check your about. So in this your about, you should talk about the things you've done, and your about should, cover all these things. So yeah, that should be for your LinkedIn. Now, for inbound. Now, outbound, there are different ways for outbound. Now, you can check for jobs here. You can just go to the jobs and check for jobs, or you can use this tag, you can search for the jobs here. So let's check for jobs. So let's say you are looking for cybersecurity jobs remotely. Let's say you're a cybersecurity person. Now you are looking for cybersecurity jobs worldwide and remotely. So these are cybersecurity jobs worldwide. There are over 10,000 jobs, and they are remote. Now, this is I've done it before. That's why you're seeing it like this. It was one of my sessions, my last session. So this is it, jobs. So what are the things? Let me show you how we got here. Let me show you how we got here. So you can type in it. Let me just show you how we got here. Let's use something else. Let's use email marketing. Please, in case, just type in, just put your skills. Sometimes I can. So email marketing, you come here and you say you want only remotes. At least you're not here to show you remote only jobs. And you can say you want job, because if I type in email marketing, I might type in post. And I will still talk about posts, but I'll talk about groups too. But for now, I only want email marketing jobs. So as you can see here, you can also go by date posted, past month, past week, past 24 hours. Maybe I only want to see the jobs that have been posted in the last 1 month. I want to, at least you should show me jobs that have been posted. So you can see marketing, CRM manager, online, everything is remote. And how many jobs here? 3,000 jobs. So if I'm an email marketer and I'm on Upwork and I'm not getting jobs on Upwork, that means that I can come here and use this too, basically. So that's the idea behind this. That's why you should, as I said, LinkedIn is very, very good. So I've mentioned the first way to get job is inbound, having a good profile, posting at least to your niche. The second part is searching, using the search board to search for jobs, or the job board of LinkedIn. Now, the third part is this. Now, this is where you can now become very creative. The third part is this. Let's just play. Let me look for something else. Okay. Let me see. I'm not on premium, Esther. I'm not on premium, as you can see. But yes, premium gives you extra opportunities. But I've seen a lot of people that they are not a premium on LinkedIn and they've gotten jobs. Yes. No. Is there any niche you want me to check for? I don't want to type in myself. Just type in any niche for me. Type in niche for me. Type in niche. I want to type, just type in niche, VA. These people, there are plenty VAs, but type in niche. Product design. Okay, Shopify. Let's do Shopify. So let's do Shopify. Or let's do Shopify. YouTube too, you can type in things in YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'm checking, okay, product management on YouTube. I can see it. I'm on YouTube. I'm using 3 screens now, so I can see what's going on YouTube. Yeah, so Shopify. Oh, don't send me messages. I don't want people to see your message. So Shopify. But yeah, this time around, but let's first do Shopify jobs first. So as you can see, there are 234 Shopify jobs based on these filters that we used: past month, remote, in jobs. But right now, you can also check groups in Shopify. Now, you can go to groups. You can see Shopify store owners, expert, and developers. Why not join this group? This is an example of a group you can join if you are in Shopify. And you can post in this group. You can be talking about your skills, your own Shopify skills. And before you know it, see, they say they are owners here. They are experts and developers. This one is Shopify Product Community. If you are a lady, Shopify Women Network. Try and join as many many groups that relates to your niche. Post in that group, be relevant in the group, talk about things, make them know that you are someone that have value. So I've talked about your profile and your post. I've talked about using the job board. The third thing I'm talking about is using the groups, LinkedIn groups. You can use LinkedIn groups to get jobs. Join as many LinkedIn groups that are related to your niche as you can, and be deliberate. Because when people see what you are talking about, people don't like to talk. But the ones that talk, we always think everybody that talks are experts. So like now, why can't you start talking about the current trend in Shopify? Why can't you talk about mistakes Shopify owners are making? Why can't you talk about how Shopify owners can make more money in this 2024? Why can't you talk about how Shopify owners can leverage AI? Why can't you go to a site like Answer the Public? Is it Answer the Public now? Answer the Public, yes, I think it's Answer the Public. Can't remember. A site like Answer the Public, for example, is a searching listening tools. Or they have premium version now. So you can type in any topic in this Answer the Public, for example. And they say, I must upgrade to Pro. But let's just say worldwide. Or we can use USA, United States. Or let's say if you're in Nigeria, you can use United States, English, Shopify. Search. Now, what this will do for you, if you go to a site like this, leave me alone. I'm not ready to sign up yet. What this will do is that this will tell you the questions people are asking for Shopify. So look at this. Look at this, for example, if you're a Shopify person, look at the questions. See, which Shopify plan is best? Which Shopify plan is best for beginners? Who wants Shopify? What are Shopify's competition? So if you are a content writer and you write on Shopify, it means that you can get your ideas here. See, it's showing you the ones that people are asking more. What Shopify team? So you can talk about the best Shopify team. What Shopify? So you can see how Shopify works. So for beginners, they want to know how Shopify works. That's the highest search term for this particular, for the our region. And you can also invest in all these keyword planners and co. If you can see this is a free search, this thing, and you can see Shopify with eBay, Shopify with, so you can see what people are asking people in the comparison, in the, see, so you can see, so you can just go to this alone. You see that it didn't cost me a dime. You guys, I did it in front of you. You can do it for any time, but when you start entering their site, plenty time. See, they say unlock free searches, 3 free searches per day to create an account, and you have 3 free search. So, but 1 free search available. Yeah, but that's just by the way. That means I'm just trying to show you that you guys, it didn't cost me a dime. It didn't cost me a dime to do all these things I did. So if you're a Shopify person, for example, because we're using the Shopify guy, why not use that Answer the Public, use that one to get keyword, use that to get things to talk about in these groups, then also learn code email writing and see how you can pitch to your code email to people in the group too. Like maybe you see some people posting and you reply one of their comments that yes, I believe I can help you. These are groups are just one way you can get jobs, like on LinkedIn. Now, the fourth way that you can get jobs on LinkedIn, even with this Shopify, let me just say Shopify designers. Okay, developers. Shopify developers needed. So you can type this and you go for posts instead. So learn the keyword. So you can see. So when you use Shopify for developer key, you go for posts. So use the right keyword and you would see people who are looking for, people who have your keyword, who are like people who are looking for you. Right now, I'm not using the right keywords, but when you use the right keyword, you can get jobs in this using this post. Just you get the drift. I don't want to go deep into that. So that means that you can use groups, you can use posts, you can use jobs to get jobs on LinkedIn. Then you can also target HRs, cold emails, target business owners. If you know how, there's a way around this. I don't want to go deep into that also. But you guys just get the basic knowledge. Like I'm trying to give you all the whole fundamentals for everything I'm talking about. So yes, I hope with this few points of mine, you guys have been able to understand part one. And what is part one? Part one says we covered the theoretical part of the fundamentals of freelancing and remote jobs. We covered practicals. I did some practicals on you. And if you have questions, please wait till the end of this session. I would answer all your questions. I'll answer all your questions. So we covered that, and we covered that's the thing about questions. They will distort my flow. Now I've forgotten what I was saying. Okay, let's just go to part two. Yeah, so we covered a lot, but let's move to part two and part three and complete it. I'll show you how to use AI, some of the AI skills, some of the AI strategies. I'll show you all of them. And yeah, so let's go to, let me just quickly share this. Yeah. Yes, I believe you can see my screen now. Can you guys see my screen now? Yep. Can you see my screen? Yes, you can see. Which screen are you seeing? So this one. Okay, I know you can see my screen because I can see you guys are seeing it on YouTube. Okay, I'm using 3 different screens for this session. Yeah. Okay, so let's go into business. So how do you scale 10x your income for mid-level? If you are a mid-level and expert freelancer, how do you 10x? Maybe you've made money before, you want to make more money, and this is just going to be a brief session. You can scale. There are 2 ways to scale, and you can scale by quantity or by quality. By quantity means you are doing more of what you are doing. By quality means you are doing better of what you are doing. Now, I once had a student. I told her in our session, we had a session then, just our first session, and I told her to change her hourly rates from 20 to 30. That was the first session. That was the first time I met her. Like, I saw how much she has made. And I'm like, why is your rate still 20? Remember in that first part one, I told you that a lot of people are not, yeah, a lot of people are not, you guys don't like to raise your rates. Now, she raised her rate from $20 to $30. The next morning, she got a job that was for 100 hours a month. That's 25 hours per week. Now, that job used her hourly rate on her profile. If she had not changed her rate from 20 to 30, she would have been paid $22,000 every month. Nothing changed. She did not change her skill. She did not add anything. She only changed her rate. Just because she followed my instructions a night before, she made an extra $1,000 every month. So she was meant to be paid $2,000 if she was using a rate a day before, but she was now paid $3,000 for the same job. Now, that's quality for you. Quantity is the other way. And let's go into both ways. Now, when you are doing quality, you need to understand that quality is value-based pricing, which is the example I gave you, the story I gave you. If you know how to price right, if you know how to communicate your rates, you will be able to use quality. So that's one thing you want to use. That's one thing you want to cover. And branding and positioning also is important, especially when you are using quality. You must be able to brand yourself well. You must be able to create a category for yourself. Like, I wanted to say create a niche for yourself, but it's more like creating a different category for yourself when it comes to quantity, when it comes to quality. So because it's very, very important, because if you can do that, you'll be able to charge rate, you'll be able to charge well and do so well for yourself. So that's one thing about quality. Now, for quantity is, if you are doing quantity, the idea behind quantity is this. You must be able to leverage. And when it comes to leverage, it comes with outsourcing, because if you want to do more, you need to have a team with you. That's where agency building, team management. Now, even though you are the freelancer getting the job, you must be able to you must be able to manage people. You must be able to build and manage. Because right now, your level is now elevating. As a freelancer, when you were doing your $1,000 per month, it's different from when you start doing 5,000, 10,000. Because when you start going higher, you will need to start, taking one or two of the MST roles away from yourself. And what are the MST roles? We're talking about the manager, the salesman, and the technician. Now, who is the manager? The manager is the person that manages clients, manages freelancers, or manages projects. The salesman is the person that looks for job. The technician is the person that does the job. Now, I need you to understand that as a freelancer, when you are starting up, you are the one doing those three roles. You are the one doing the three roles. You are the manager. You are the one doing the job. You are the one speaking with the client. You are the salesman. You are the one looking for the job. You are the technician. You are the one doing the job. Now, when you start scaling by quantity, when you start building your team, I remember there was one of my students who was able to build his team to 50 writers. Now, in the 50 writers, or with his team, when his team expanded, his own role was he was the salesman. All he does is look for job. He looks for job for everybody. And the technicians were the writers on his team, and I was able to get in some of my students as writers. While the manager, he now made the best. I like his strategy, which he ran it by me before he did it, and I told him, yes, this is a very good idea. So in his writing, which is something anybody else here can pick. So what he did is this: out of the 50 writers, his best writers, he made them editors. Now, because I was wondering, I was like, the best writers, don't you want the best writers to write instead of editing? But he made the best writers edit, because first of all, when you write, first of all, it's going to be less work for them, because when people write, because they can write better, it means they can edit better. And meaning they are not writing from scratch, they are building on what other people have written in the group, and they are good writers. But the point I'm trying to tell you is this: these roles, these management roles, these salesman roles, these technician roles are roles that when you want to scale, you must have at the back of your mind. And as I've said, it has to be by quality or by quantity. Now, one thing you should also know that you can combine both. So let's say this is a new year, this is 2024, but it's no more new. 2 weeks have gone already. You can start, okay, how much do I charge? How much was I charging in 2023? Maybe I was charging $20. You can increase your rate gradually. And when you hit a wall, you can reduce it back. So always be prepared to increase your rate gradually, because you are not the same person you are at the beginning of last year. You're not the same person. So that means you can increase your rate gradually, and you're not going to have any problem. But when you start getting feedback, and when you start getting pressure, or when you start getting obstacles, that means you need to reduce your rate back. But when you call your price and people easily say yes, trust me, you're undercharging. When you call your price and people say, no, then it's now getting to that point where you are getting that wall and people are saying, okay. But which you can, because remember what I said about having the right, when you are calling your price to the right audience, we did that in part 1. So combining your quality and quantity would make you, scale from where you are now. So whether you are making 1,000, 2,000, because I gave you the story of the student that did, in the beginning of this session, the story that someone that did 3.5 in 1 year and she did 35K in the next year, is because we combined quality and quantity. Because she signed up for my one-on-one coaching, and I was able to help her do all these things. But I'm telling you all the things I told her, giving you for free, so you can go and do it yourself. So let's move to the last part of this session. Freelancing and AI. This is the last part of this session. After this last part, we'll move to, we'll do Q&A. So it's freelancing and AI. Now, the first question people are having is, will AI kill my job? With AI, now that AI is here, will I be needed? Will my service be needed? Now, my answer to that is yes and no. AI will not kill your job, but AI can make you redundant if you don't upgrade. That's my answer. So if you don't upgrade, AI can make you redundant. So we're going to have some practical sessions. I'm going to show you some of the things, some of the prompts I've used for myself. And I'll tell you prompts that you can also use for yourself. Remember I said you need to be the smart freelancer this year. Now, this is a ChatGPT cheat sheet. I have two ChatGPT books. I have two of them, and I have like 12 pictures. These are pictures that I saved on my gallery. I'll convert them to a PDF. All these pictures, I'll convert them to PDF. I'll send them to you. Everybody that's registered for this session, you get it. You get a book. One of them have 50 prompts. The other one have like prompt engineering, like the fundamentals of prompting on ChatGPT. So I'll send that to you. So I'm sending you to the ChatGPT book, and I'll send freelancing resources. That one is simple. But I'm sending you 3 ChatGPT books. Just in case I forget, you can remind me. Now, let's talk about these cheat sheets now. Now, guys, when you are creating prompts, you can use ChatGPT as your plagiarism checker. It might not be perfect, but you can use ChatGPT as a lot of things. You can use your ChatGPT as, as a role. You can use it for as a marketer. You can use it as a developer. You can use it for, now, one of the things I've used ChatGPT for is to apply for jobs. And I'm going to show you, I'll show you a lot of examples. I'll show you a lot of things. I've used ChatGPT for different things, and I'm going to show you some of the things. We would create different stuff that I've done. So look at this. You can explain like a beginner. You can use, this is just for ChatGPT now. Prompt for marketers, for developers, for, for jobs. And remember that you can use it to apply for jobs. And I said I was going to show you that. I was going to show you that one. Now, it's not just ChatGPT that is there. There's a lot of AI that you can check out. That is not just because ChatGPT is the one, the main one that started. But you can check out other ones, and some of them can be very, very useful, for copies, for emails, for content, for like this is mainly content. But you see these ones. Then even this one too, Midjourney is for art, for design, for PowerPoint, for music, for videos, for people that are into 3D GIFs, for reels, for to edit videos, to create avatar. So these are some of the tools. Everything is just based on under ChatGPT and family. So I want to do practicals. This because this session was using AI. So I want to just show you practicals. I want to do practicals. Let me stop sharing. Let me just share my screen again. So I want to just do some practicals with you all on ChatGPT, or some of the things I've done ChatGPT for, and some of the things I've used ChatGPT for. Yes. Okay. Yes. Screen 2. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, yes. Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me just type it in the chat that you can see my screen. What can you see in the screen? I'm currently on ChatGPT. There's ChatGPT UI. Thank you very much. Okay, I can see it on YouTube now. YouTube is always delayed. Okay, now, first off, if you're a writer, one of the things that you can do for yourself that is good is get Grammarly Premium. Because one of the things Grammarly Premium can help you to do is you can use it to get. So Grammarly Premium is integrated with this browser. So you can use Grammarly Premium to get citation, especially when you are writing and you need to be citation. So whether it's any browser I open, and this is just Grammarly's AI. So you can use Grammarly Premium to generate citation. So you just type in anything. Now, some of the things I've used ChatGPT to do is that you can, one of the things I've used ChatGPT to do. So first of all, you can type in, I'll be switching screens. So let's go to, for example, let's go back to, I need to show you, so it should not be like I'm talking. So example, let's go and look for jobs. Let's go to Upwork. Let's go to Upwork. Let's go and look for job on Upwork. I want to show you one of the first things I've used ChatGPT for. But one of the things is this, and I need you guys to be very careful. You can use ChatGPT, yes, but don't be as robotic. Like, don't be too lazy. Like, in the sense that when you even use ChatGPT, make it be an assistant for you. Then do the rest. You get? So let's look at this job, for example. They are looking for a creative web designer. Let me teach you one of the things you can use ChatGPT for. They say they are looking for a creative web designer. This is it. This is the old job. We've copied the job. Control C. Yes. Let's go back to ChatGPT. Let's go back to ChatGPT. So we've copied the old jobs. I did that for you now. I copied the old jobs for you so you can see. So now the first thing you can do is this. One of the first things you can use ChatGPT for example, is you can use it to apply for jobs. More like business. Okay, I need you to help me write a cover letter, not cover, maybe a cover letter. I need to help me write a persuasive cover letter for the job description below. The job we copied from Upwork. Type it in. So now, this one of the things about ChatGPT is that ChatGPT is mostly good for cover letters, which is because if you look at it, it's more professional. So it's mostly good for remote jobs. So when you're on remote jobs and you want to write cover letter. But now, another thing, the first thing I want to first teach you is this. When you're writing prompts on this, when you're using the prompt to apply for jobs, first of all, you need to be as specific as possible, because ChatGPT will just do anything they want. Will just do anything they want. You need to be as specific as possible. You need to be as straight to the point as possible. Now, but I gave you these prompts. I gave you these prompts, and it gave me back this. Now, one of the things you must learn is that you can always continue the conversation on this answer. Now, can you make it? So you can always continue the conversation. Can you make it shorter and more persuasive? So can you see? So if you look at it now, this same long thing he wrote, he summarized it, he made it shorter. So yeah, so if you're applying for, it mostly works for remote jobs, but even at that, you can use the template here and remove all these one that looks more professional, and see, can you see? So you can just tweak, but it mostly work for remote job. But that's one of the first examples of how to use ChatGPT. Like, it's very, very, you can use it to apply for jobs. Now, before I stop, or before I move to the next thing, there are different things you can use. There's a lot of things you can use for. I'll just cover the ones I can cover. Before I move to the next one. Now, I was speaking with a lady, she's from the US. Her name is Anne. I was speaking with her, she's interested in Upwork. And she told me about Grammarly cover letter. So another thing is this. Let me tell you what I do. Let's say this was a remote job. When ChatGPT gives me this answer, one of the first thing I do is this. When ChatGPT give me this answer, let's say ChatGPT just give me this answer, I'll just copy it and I'll paste on my Grammarly. So I use Grammarly Premium. I have Grammarly Premium. I copy it and paste on Grammarly. And just go back to show me plenty document now. So I copy it and paste on Grammarly. So let's just paste it. This ChatGPT's answer. So as you can see, so Grammarly will help me rewrite. It will help me rewrite everything I've written. So right now you are using another AI to better another AI. Like, I'm using a different AI to better another AI. So Grammarly will just help me fine tune everything. Like, if I was, and remember that they will be adding all these things that you might need to edit. See, all these things, be careful. So you read through very well and edit so that you not be as direct as possible. I just wanted to mention this Grammarly part. We will come back to it. But the person mentioned this Grammarly cover letter generator. Like, I didn't know Grammarly had something like this. So the Grammarly has a cover letter generator. So you can also use it. You can use this Grammarly cover letter generator to generate cover letter. So let's upload. It says I should upload my resume. So I should upload my resume. Let me go and look for the resume to upload. So where it says the resume must be in Word document. So I've uploaded the resume, a project manager resume. Then job title, let's just say project manager. Then they say I should send the job description. Oh no, this is not what I wanted to put. Let me go back here. So this is the job. So can post a job description here. Can post a job description here. Let me type it here. I'm just changing. This was for graphic designer, project manager. So I'm looking for a project manager. So after doing that, just tell it to create the cover letter. Tell it to create the cover letter and it will generate cover letters for it. But as I said, this cover letter generator, ChatGPT for cover letters, they're mostly very good for remote jobs. When you're applying for remote jobs, that's, you can use that. And when it generates, you can also use the same Grammarly to edit it. I don't know why it's slow today again. Let it take its time. But yeah, it is going to generate what it will do, because I've done it before I did this session. It will generate a cover letter for me. I'll be able to use it. So it will generate a cover letter for you. It's slow again. I need to create a job description. But yeah, so that's that. Now, other things is this. I like to mix Google Bard with my ChatGPT, because sometimes Google Bard can give me a good prompt response. So sometimes when I type the same prompt to ChatGPT, I can type the same prompt into Google Bard, and it will give me so look at this prompt now that we typed in the other time. We can cut Control C. No, this is ChatGPT. We just put it on Google Bard. Google Bard is free, and I type enter. So see, as you can see, so this is, you can see same, same. Yeah, as I said, you need to be very, very specific so I can edit this text. I didn't know it was there. This is new. So I need to help me write a 200 word persuasive cover letter. So I want it to limit it to just 200 words. So this is one of the first things you can use. Some of you know how to do it, others don't know how to do it, but yeah. So you can use AI to generate cover letters for sites, and just ensure that you copied, you try as much as possible, because don't make it, because AI will sound robotic, at least for now. You can copy it into Grammarly, edit it, make it sound more, human. Cloud AI too is also a similar. So these ones, they have, I think, a limit of 1,000 prompts per month, thereabouts. So you can just type it in. You can use different prompts for this. Now, Grammarly also have, I don't know why it's taking out. Grammarly also has an AI for themselves. They have a generative AI so if you're a writer and you use Grammarly Premium, you can, everything they've written here, they give you, I think, 1,000 prompts per month. They give you the opportunity of 1,000 prompts per month. So imagine everything we've written here, for example, Grammarly, if you use Grammarly AI. So let's say you're a writer, you've written a lot of things, and you can tell it to help you improve it. So it's going to read it and say you want it to help you improve what you just written. So it can help you improve it. You can say, make it persuasive, make it assertive. So you can see, make it inspirational, make it diplomatic. You can see, make it more descriptive, make it more detailed, simplify, sound professional. So if you are using Grammarly Premium, for example, you have 1,000 prompts every month, and even if you don't have the premium, so that means that you can use this prompt idea to let's just copy this now to the free ChatGPT now. For example, all this one first Ctrl C, for example, copy everything here. So let's say we want to make it more, let's look for something here. We want to make it more, maybe more, we want to make it sound casual, right? Let's just do that. So you can go to this same one, this same ChatGPT, and just tell it, I've forgotten that we even copied it from here. So we can just tell it, make it sound more casual. So we can tell it to make it sound more, because I copied it from here. Ideally, if I don't want it to, if I was not using this prompt, if this was not the place I use it before, I would have just copied it. I would like you to make this sound more casual, then I'll copy the whole everything you want here. So yeah, so that's it. Now another chat. So first, this is one of the first things you can use it to apply for jobs. So it makes your work faster. It makes you smarter when you're applying for jobs as a freelancer. Now, and depending on your need, you can get different ideas. I've used ChatGPT to generate slides. I write email marketing. I do some email marketing. So if you're an email marketer or a copywriter, for example, you can just talk about how, or I need, give me 8 different email subject line for my customers. I want to launch a new freelancing course. So if you're a course creator, if I, a freelancing course that helps them and more money. Just look for the, as I say, you need to be as specific as possible. So I said, give me a different email subject line for my customers. I want to launch. So as you can see, so let's say you're an email creator, if you are into email marketing, if you are into copywriting, so can you see? If you are a course creator, if you are a trainer, if you are a coach, so these are ways that you can see. So give me 8 different email subject line for my customers. I want to launch a new freelancing course that helps them earn more money. Can you see? So you can see, and you can mix it. And remember what I said about you using the same titles, Control C, and add the prompts on Google Bard here, and Google Bard will give you the whole version. And the beauty of Google Bard is that Google Bard will even give you 3 versions. See, can you see? Say goodbye to underpaid. I like this title. Say goodbye to underpaid freelancing. Discover how to earn 5,000. So see, these are titles. So if I want to use titles for my FCM course, for example, I can come here, type, and look for titles. Another thing I can do is this. I can mix them. Maybe I can like one line in one part and I can use that, add it to another line in another part. The point is, make it, attention grabbing. Can you see? You see this subject line and catchy, attention grabbing. So this is if I'm an email. So as I said, if you are into email marketing, if you're into copywriting, like the options is endless. Like you can say, I need to give me help me with a script. So if you're into script writing for it's freelancing I've been using for a fitness, so I like fitness too, for a fitness podcast. Episode. So you can see. Can you see? So you can see transition music. So if you're a script writer, if you're a podcast creator, these are ideas. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? So I'm telling you that there's a lot of things you can do. The ideas is just too much. So if you want to even create a course curriculum, Let me see, maybe you have a course idea in your head. Fashion, I don't know, makeup. Create a course curriculum. Let me see, create a course curriculum. Let me see, including, so I'm just giving you ideas, and you can including outlines, including the course outline, for my makeup course targeting young audience. These are things just coming to my head. See, I see. So can you see everything you need to provide for you, and from there you can build on it. So with AI, I have just given you. Now let me even tell you something we did. Let me just show you okay. Let me show you this example first before I talk about what happened. So let me show you this example of something we did now. So so my student and I were in a session. Let me just give you an example of this. We're in a session. So let's say you're a freelancer, for example, and you see a profile that you like. And remember that you can also use this. You can tell it to give you ideas on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. You can give, you can tell it to give you ideas on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. You can tell it to say, like, what kind of tagline should, or what kind of keyword should be in your resume. Like, the prompt is endless. As I said, I have resources. I'll send them to you. You guys will check all the things there. It's just endless. But let me finish with this so that we can quickly enter Q&A. I need to finish with this. We've taken a lot of time already so that we can quickly enter Q&A. So let me finish it with this. So one time, my student and I, let me show you. So one time, my student and I, we saw let me show you. We went to Upwork and we saw a profile that we loved. Like they were telling me they had issues with profile. Remember that, okay, it's two things I will show you. I'll quickly show you two things. So we went to Upwork. Let me look for people that are talking about. So someone says product management. No, let me not use product management. Let's just say digital marketing. So let's say digital marketing or anything. It can be anything. It's talent I want, not job. Yeah. Digital, it can be anything. You can use any niche. But let's just use, let me show you what we did. So let's say, okay, this person is very good. This person has event 300K, right? So this profile should be very, very good. But I want to show you, let me quickly show you. So what we did is this. So if you see an overview that you loved, look at this overview, for example. Let's say you love this overview. The overview makes sense. Let's just use whether it's good or not. Let's just use it for this example. Copy. You copy this overview. And even though you are not a digital marketer, but you love this overview. So you can go to ChatGPT. Let's go back to ChatGPT now. This is one of the things me and my students we did one day. Let's go back to ChatGPT now. So I want, give me any other niche. Just give me any niche. Mention any niche on the chat or YouTube. Okay, data analyst. I've seen data analyst. So yeah. So we saw that profile overview now. We loved it. So let's go to ChatGPT. Can you create an overview? Okay. An overview for a data analyst similar to the one below. So remember that it was a digital marketer's profile we saw that we loved. We saw it, we loved it, and we told ChatGPT you can use this to create. See, so remember that I want you to look at. Remember that data analyst. This see. So can you see? So we saw this. We went to Upwork. Now we saw this overview. So we saw this person. She has made 300K, right? Okay, short-term rentals. I'll do something like that. She had made 300K, and we saw the profile on social media marketing. Can you create a similar? So you can, as a freelancer, you can go to Upwork. Let's say you see maybe Josh Bonds or anybody, you like their overview, but remember that their niche is different from yours. Maybe freelance MVP, all those guys that made the big money, but you like their overview, but you want to copy it for your own niche. So you can use it. You can use this prompt and say, can you create an overview for? I'll use another one now. Using similar to the one below. Can you see what he did? ChatGPT converted everything to data analysis. Can you see expertise? Can you see collect score? Can you see proficiency? In addition, can you see? So you can mention, you can now go through it, put it on Grammarly, as I've said, and fine tune it to your taste. Let's just say short-term rentals. Do the same. Remember, see, one of the things you should know is that you can talk to ChatGPT like you're talking to someone. It's AI. Do the same for short-term rentals niche, Airbnb. B&B short-term rentals niche. So can you see? So when you that say short-term rentals, can you see? So it just generates all these like that, and you can see. Can you see? Bam. So you can do this. For the person that says short-term rentals, you can do this. Copy this into Grammarly. For example, one of the things I like to do when it gives you answers like this, copy it into Grammarly. Control C, copy it into Grammarly. Control this, Control V. Oh, give me what I want to cancel. Control All, Control V. Yeah, so you can see then Grammarly will help you at least. Grammarly can help you now fine tune it better than, yeah. So yeah, and you see, so yep. So this is it. Your overview is done for Upwork. So if you like anybody's overview on Upwork, maybe Josh, maybe Olayinka's overview, you like the overview on Upwork, you can copy it and tell ChatGPT or Google Bard to help you do a similar one for your niche. It's as simple as that. So there's a whole lot of, we can go through a whole lot of stuff that you can use it for. Just can make you smarter. It can be your assistant. You can just ensure that your work is smooth, easy. And yeah. So I like this one too. There's a whole lot of them, but I can't cover all of them. I like Chat PDF too. Chat PDF, you can talk with any PDF. You can drop your PDF and ask questions. There was a day I was meant to read the 200-page stuff for some things. I just dropped the PDF and I was just asking the question based on the things in the PDF, and it was answering the things you saw there. So you can also use, let's say you are trying to do research. There's a whole lot of stuff. And when we've gone way past our time. Let's just enter. I believe with the few point of mind, you've been able to get a lot of stuff from today's session. So let's just go to the Q&A. Okay, let's just end this session and do the Q&A. Let's just quickly end this session. Let's do Q&A because I know Q&A is where people used to have. Q&A is where people used to ask all these questions that will make me cover the things I have not covered. Yeah, but yes. So let's go into Q&A and let's quickly use Q&A to round up sessions. I can see your questions on YouTube. Yeah. I answer all the questions on YouTube. I'll go through them and see the ones I can answer. So finally, let's just round up. There are a lot of challenges that come with freelancing if you're newbie, inconsistent income, finding clients, blah, blah, blah. You get the slides. Self-discipline, very important. Handling finances, also very important. Setting boundaries, professional development, and client dependence. See, relying to this number 9 is very, very simple. It's very, very important. Don't rely too much on one client. Relying too much on one client is risky because when you lose the client, you can lose your mind. And there's someone listening to me that can relate to everything that I just said now. I hope she's still listening. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I would like to take your questions and answers now. So yeah, I'd like to take your questions and answers now. I'd like to Yeah. So if you have questions for me, please, you can start asking your questions. And I want to make this as organized as possible. I want to answer all your questions, but I can't answer all your questions. So, but I will answer the questions that I believe are very, very important. But I hope with this viewpoint of mine, I've been able to, help you, for those who are starting up in freelancing, for those who are trying to build. Now, I would have loved to go deeper. I would have loved to have the time. Trust me, if you give me the time, I'll do it. The last session I did, when they asked me, I told them it's 4 hours because I wanted, for those who are, if you know Tech for Dev, you know now, you know that I gave you the 4 hours and people were very, very impressed. So I would have loved to do the same for you because, but time is not what we have. But I hope with the few points I've covered from the beginning, I hope you've been able to get the insights. Now, let's go to Q&A. Let me answer your questions. Please, if you have questions, it's important to ask me the questions so that I can help you answer them. So if you have questions, answer them now, then, yeah. I have an offer for those, because I've seen some people, they say they are interested to have a course. Yes, I have a course. I have trainings. I teach people. I have students. I will explain the offer for those who are going to stay to listen to that. But basically, this webinar is for training, not selling. If it's for selling, I will only train you for like 10 minutes and I will sell all through. But this webinar is a webinar for training. I can sell, I sell with my full chest, trust me. But when I want to train, so I train with my full chest. I don't mix both. So please, if you have questions, I would like you to ask me your questions. Yeah, and basically for those, because most of you are already leaving now because you are tired. Now, if you want to leave, you can drop your feedback on Twitter using the hashtag, just using let me add my chat. Using my handle. I'll answer your question, Christy. Using my handle, you can, drop on Twitter, on LinkedIn, or Facebook. Just mention me. My handle is Benga B on Twitter. And if it is Instagram too. On Twitter, my handle is Benga B, Twitter and Instagram. I'll answer your questions. I'm seeing them. Benga B on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you, Eunice. Then my name is Benga B on Facebook and LinkedIn. Yeah, so you never can tell. I can see your posts. I can like your post and I can give you freebies. I can just like it and say, oh yeah, I'm giving you something. I can enter Santa G mode when I want to. It's my choosing. So on Facebook and LinkedIn. But I want you to just, if you learned something, if you got value, go to Twitter, go to LinkedIn, go to Facebook, mention my name so that I can see it and retweet it. Yes, thank you, Eunice. Go to Twitter, go to Facebook, go to LinkedIn, go to, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. And, you can just, just mention me. Hashtag is just scale up 2024, really. And use hashtag proud teacher. That's all. Maybe let me just drop that hashtag. Proud teacher. Yeah, proud teacher, and that's the only hashtag I'm interested in right now. And scale up 2024. Yeah, so yeah, just mention me, tell me what you learned. And in case I said nonsense too, you can mention it there that I wasted your time. Use the hashtag proud teacher, most especially. That's the most important hashtag. And talk on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. Feedback, please. And I would, if I like your feedback, I can come to your DM and I just tell you, what do you want? I can be the genie in the bottle. What do you want? Let me help you instantly. And you can get what people pay for. I can give you for free. I do that. Okay, so now Q&A. Let's start answering. And I'll try as best as possible to answer the ones I can see. So if you have questions, Facebook, YouTube people, if you have questions, please drop your questions. Zoom, drop your questions. I will see a lot of them and I will answer them. Now, from YouTube, Fountain of Wisdom said, Upwork seems to be saturated right now, especially for newbies. What is the magic to get a job? No. So for Fountain of Wisdom, there's no magic. And saturation is no problem. Saturation is not a problem. Now, why am I saying that, or what do I say that? Saturation means there's demand and supply. Like, do you think that with the tech products available, with the fintech or with anything, with any product available, why are there still new fintech or new startups every day, even with the ones that are available? Because there are people that believe they can do better. So first of all, separate yourself from the crowd. I've taught you portfolio, create a lot of portfolio that backs up your work. Do that, separate yourself from the crowd and deliver value. You can start today and make more money than people that have started before you. That's the thing about freelancing. The growth is geometric. So whether you're a newbie, separate for yourself from this crowd is one client that you need. According to Upwork, there are 835,000 clients that hired on the platform plus last year. It means that you only need one client. And trust me, there are newbies. As you mentioned this today, Fountain of Wisdom, there are newbies that will start tomorrow. Tomorrow, not today. They will start tomorrow and they will make money. Most of them will be top rated by the end of this year. Not most of them. Some of them will be top rated before the end of this year. And they'll make a lot of money. And they are just newbies that signed up on Upwork tomorrow. So whether they are freelance, see, this question you've asked, they've been asking this question. I've been on this platform. Next year, we'll make it 10 years that I've been on Upwork. And this question you asked, they've been asking this question for yeah, it's the same hashtag, proud teacher. Just use proud teacher and mention my name, and you never can tell. You can get freebies from me. I won't say what I'm giving you. Now, so this question says, for someone like me that is into photography, cinematography, WordPress, can I set up one profile? Okay, so I've been seeing the one profile question. So guys, on Upwork gives you the opportunity to have 3 profiles in one. Let me show you. I've been seeing the profile questions from YouTube, from this thing. So for this thing, let me share it. Upwork gives you the opportunity of having 3 profiles in one. So if you see the profiles we were checking, you will notice that some of these guys, they have 3 profiles. So now, why do you need 3 profiles? So when you have 3 profiles, this person does not have, you can specialize or you can narrow down. So when you have things like maybe you have main skills and you have sub skills, you can narrow down. And look at this now. This person have the main profile, and they have a social media marketing profile. This is called specialization, and they have an SEO profile. So yeah, that's the beauty of having profiles on 3 profiles. So yes, now how do you create your 3 profiles? You go to your profile settings. I hope I'm able to show you here. You go to your profile settings, you go to the profile, and you go to profile settings. You go to the profile settings. Then, let's see. Putting the password. So you go to the profile settings, then yeah, you just go to your profile settings. It's caps lock. Yeah, you go to the profile settings, then you just you scroll down, you add specialized profile. How do you fund your Upwork account? That's a very good question. Now, funding your Upwork account, area diaries. I don't know if it's area from YouTube. Funding your Upwork account is if you want to fund your Upwork account, you need to get Connect, and I'm also going to show you that now. Now you need the problem with Connect buying Connect is that if you are from Nigeria, your Naira cards, are limited, so you can't buy Connect with those cards. Yeah. So this is for you go to your profile settings, then you scroll down, you scroll down, you scroll down. This is where specialized profile. This is where you get, so you can rearrange it. You can add specialized profile. This is where you get new. For those who want to have 2 more profiles, if you want to add 2 more profiles to your profile. Now, for the next question on funding the account, this is where you go to membership and Connect, still in your profile settings, and you buy Connect. For those who ask the Connect question. Now, the idea behind buying Connect is that you need to use money to buy Connect. So one of the things you do is that you use, for example, fintech platforms. They give you the opportunity of using for fintech platforms, for example, you'll be able to use their cards. Now, it can be challenging if you're in Nigeria, but another thing you can do, which some of my students are doing, is go to your bank and get the dollar card. It might cost you some money, but at least it's going to give you less stress. I know the AfriCard, I know GT Bank MasterCard. One of my students, she just went to the dorm, created a dorm account, GT, got the dollar card, and she has not had issues with everything that's, funding, buying connect. So yeah, that's the answer to that particular question. Yeah. Another platform, do they require? So no, it's only Upwork that require connect. Other platforms, they are free to sign up to apply for jobs. So Bolade, you're welcome. Yeah. Are there questions that I'm missing? Okay, yes. I've answered Joseph Idiku from Zoom. I hope I pronounce your surname well. I'm always particular about that. But let me just call your name. Joseph. Yes, so photography, cinematography, WordPress, you can create profiles for that. Connect are used to apply for jobs. Yeah. Any other question? You're a newbie to freelancing. What are the quick skills? So there's nothing like quick, Moji, from Zoom. There's nothing like quick. Don't look for quick because quick is challenging. Okay, I can see your question, Oba, from YouTube. So, Moji, you're not looking for quick. So the idea is this. You can learn skills that are short-term, meaning that skills that take you short-term to learn. But the thing beside when you start learning skills that take short-term to learn is that those skills, they would, how would I put it? When they take short-term to learn, they would what's the best word for this now? When they take short-term to learn, they have the demand for it is too much. So in the next 5 minutes, we'll be ending because I believe everybody has started losing concentration. And even me, I'm already losing steam. If you have questions, ask it in the hashtag on social media. Put my heart, mention me and ask your question in the hashtag. I'll answer your questions on the hashtag. So on social media, follow the hashtags and look for the questions and you can get short-term skills. They are not short-term. I understand what you are saying. See, skills, there are skills that take short-term to learn. I understand what you are saying, Muji. I just don't like giving you short-term answer. Because the thing behind short-term skills, Moji, is that when you learn short-term skills, the demand for it, you start applying for jobs that you are applying with 50 people. It's because the skills are easy to learn. So everybody has that skills. I know what you're saying. So yes, you can learn skills that take 2 weeks to learn. Like say, customer service takes a short period to learn, but even though you still need to separate yourself from the crowd, virtual assistant takes time to learn. So yes, you can learn those kind of skills, but as I've said, if the idea is this, it's very simple. You need to separate yourself from the crowd because those short skills or short-term skills, so to say, that you're saying, they would not give you, like, for you to earn with it, you would need, like, your competition will be so high. You'll be competing with a lot of people. You'll be facing a lot of challenges. So yeah, that's why I'm always skeptical answering that question. Don't mind me. That's just why I'm always skeptical answering that question. Yeah. So yeah, let me take one more questions. I will call it a day. Thank you very much, everybody. Let me just take one more questions and we'll call it a day. One more question. If you have one question, if there's a question I've not answered, how do you create portfolio? I answered this question in the session now. Just check other people, check other customer service from YouTube. Mohammed from YouTube. Check other customer service and use that to create your portfolio. Mohammed from YouTube. Yes. What question? I want to take one more question. Everybody can go. We'll call it a day. Yep, one more questions and we'll call it a day. Okay, so since there are no questions, let me just round it up. Let's just round it up ASAP. Let's round it up ASAP and everybody can go. This was a wonderful session. So if you have questions that I'm not answering, just use the hashtag. Ask me. You can tell me what you've learned. Then ask me your questions, and we'll call it. Yes. Yeah. So let's round up and let's go. So that everybody can go, please. Let's round up and everybody can go. Let me see. Stop sharing. That's what I like to give the best. Thank you for reminding me for the materials. I'll send. You have a suggestion. Ask your suggestion. Make your suggestion, Ajibola. I'll send the recordings to you, and I'll send some resources to you, or these ones I said I was going to send to you. But I need to say one more thing. Let me just use this to round up. If you have a suggestion, Ajibola, say it. Speak your mind. It's free. Yep. So